During my extensive travels to 17 different countries, I had the opportunity to interview numerous individuals who were facing serious health conditions. These individuals were undergoing conventional or unconventional treatments, yet their conditions either remained stagnant or worsened. Surprisingly, amidst these stories, I experienced a remarkable improvement in my own health. This led me to question the cause behind this positive change and uncover incredible insights. Intrigued by the powerful role of the mind, I decided to pursue neuroscience studies. It became evident that the key was not solely diet, celibacy, or other external factors, but rather a specific element within the mind. Upon further investigation, I discovered 4 common factors among these individuals. Compiling my findings, I decided to document them in a book. Subsequently, I felt compelled to test the effectiveness of these principles. On a wider scale, I delved into the task of teaching others to replicate the outcomes. Adhering to the principles of scientific exploration, the first commonality among these individuals was their belief and acceptance of an internal intelligence that was vital to their well-being. These were not only people who had overcome injuries, but also those who had experienced improvement in conditions such as cancer, multiple sclerosis, and Parkinson's disease. They recognized the existence of an invisible life force that they had felt disconnected from and sought to restore their connection to it. Establishing this reconnection required time, presence, and a genuine experiential connection. Just like any other relationship, the second factor they realized was that the mismanagement of emotions and the resulting stress hormones played a significant role in creating their condition. Stress occurs when the brain and body lose balance and deviate from homeostasis. While short-term stress can be tolerated, prolonged exposure to stress throughout the day, week, or year becomes detrimental. Responding to a stressful situation, such as someone cutting you off in traffic, triggers an emotional reaction. However, the body swiftly returns to equilibrium. On the other hand, when stress becomes chronic, the body remains in a state of emergency, leading to the development of diseases. Remarkably, human beings have the ability to activate the stress response through thought alone. Merely contemplating problems can produce the same biological effects as real-life stressors. Consequently, individuals become addicted to the rush of energy associated with stress. They unconsciously utilize problems and unfavorable conditions in their lives to reaffirm this addiction to the accompanying emotions. Paradoxically, they become attached to a life they dislike. This conditioned response explains why many individuals remain stuck in bad jobs or toxic relationships. Realizing this mismanagement of attention and energy, these individuals embarked on the challenging task of breaking free from their past. They understood the necessity of making significant changes and breaking the habit of being themselves. Theoretically, this sounds promising and inspiring, but change is often arduous. Stepping back into their lives, they face triggers and experiences that elicited unconscious reactions based on their thoughts and emotions. To effect change, they had to transcend their environment and rise above the conditions and circumstances surrounding them. Every time they encountered these triggers, they made a conscious choice to think differently and refrain from slipping back into old patterns. Emotions play a crucial role in this process, as records of the past emotions can drive thoughts, anchoring individuals in their previous experiences. If they cannot think beyond their emotions or believe that their thoughts shape their destiny, they unknowingly create more of their past. The repetition of thinking and feeling forming loops conditions the body to subconsciously live in the same past experience continually. This cycle persists 24/7, year after year. To manifest desired changes, a technique called mental rehearsal comes into play. Rather than using the term visualization, which can have spiritual connotations, scientists refer to it as mental rehearsal. There are 2 types: in internal mental imaging, where individuals immerse themselves in the scene as the protagonist, and external mental imaging, where they observe themselves in the scene, surprisingly rehearsing actions in the first person produces profound biological changes. For instance, even individuals with no prior piano playing experience can undergo functional brain scans after learning and practicing one-handed scales and chords for 2 hours a day. Over 5 days, their brains exhibit the growth of entirely new circuits. On the opposite side, this remarkable phenomenon emphasizes the transformative power of mental rehearsal. My journey across various countries and interviews with individuals facing serious health conditions shed light on the extraordinary influence of the mind. Through their stories, I discovered 4 common factors that contributed to their remarkable recoveries. These elements, involving the re-establishment of a connection to an internal intelligence, the management of emotions and stress, breaking free from past conditioning, and the practice of mental rehearsal, opened up new possibilities for healing and personal transformation. When we learn something new, our brains forge new pathways, forming intricate networks of neurons. Learning is not just about gaining knowledge, it is a process of creating new synaptic connections within our brain. Each new connection enriches our cognitive abilities and expands our understanding of the world around us. By involving our bodies in the learning process, we open ourselves up to entirely new experiences. Engaging in physical actions while learning creates a deeper connection between our minds and our surroundings. When we pay attention to our actions and fully immerse ourselves in the learning process, our brains are primed to absorb knowledge and incorporate it into our being. Repetition plays a crucial role in learning, and mental rehearsal takes it to another level. When we mentally rehearse an activity or skill, our brains respond as if we're actually performing the task. This phenomenon, known as firing and wiring, allows us to assemble new networks of neurons that mirror the experience we envision. Astonishingly, the brain scans of individuals who mentally rehearsed an activity were found to be indistinguishable from those who physically engaged in it. Our brains are often considered a record of the past, a product of our accumulated experiences and knowledge. However, mental rehearsal has the power to change the circuitry of our brains before we even embark on an actual experience. This transformation turns our brains into maps of the future, enabling us to embrace new possibilities and behaviors. By priming our brain circuits through mental rehearsal, we open ourselves up to supernatural achievements and effortless mastery. The influence of mental rehearsal extends beyond our brains. It has a profound impact on our bodies as well. Astonishing studies have shown that individuals who mentally rehearsed physical exercises with an added emotional component experienced significant increases in muscle strength. Remarkably, without physically performing the activity, their bodies exhibited changes as if they had undergone rigorous training. Mental imagery coupled with emotional intensity becomes the catalyst for physical transformation. When we push the boundaries of our imagination and envision possibilities beyond what is considered normal, we enter uncharted territories. By surpassing the limits we have set for ourselves, our bodies follow suit, aligning with the experiences we have mentally rehearsed. The power of mental rehearsal lies in its ability to convince our minds and bodies that the future has already happened, enabling us to manifest our desired outcomes. Understanding the transformative potential of mental rehearsal is the first step in our personal journey of growth. By embracing this power, we can reshape our brains and bodies, surpassing our limitations and venturing into unexplored territories. Mental rehearsal holds the key to unlocking the vast reservoirs of potential within us, allowing us to shape our future and become the best version of ourselves. Embark on this journey of self-discovery and witness the incredible transformations that await you.